Hi, everybody. This is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, welcoming you to another session of Talking Stocks. Never know who's going to show up to join me. I think on the agenda is Jake at 12:30 and possibly Alex. I haven't told yet whether he can make it or not. So we'll see who comes to help me out here. But I have a big agenda regardless. I want to talk about Innovis Pharmaceuticals, ANVS, a very low market cap stock that looks very interesting to me, that was pointed out by a viewer. I want to talk about the other two interesting biotechs with drugs in the same area of neurodegenerative diseases, namely Cassava, SAVA, and Denali, DNLI. So these are three interesting drug companies that we didn't really talk about much. We never talked about Innovis. We did talk about Denali way back, and we mentioned Sava just the other day. But we're going to look at all three, and we're going to look at another trio. Today is a day of trios, I think. The other trio is LiDAR technology, LIDAR, which is essentially sensors for electronic vehicles and other gizmos that need to know where they are. So that's interesting. VLDR is one that we talked about. Alex introduced it on the show, and I immediately bought it. I'm adding to it today. Well, actually, I already did. Did I? I added to, I think, all three of these today. I'm a little mixed up because I added to a lot of stocks, so I don't want to be held to that. If I didn't add to it, I'm going to add to it later. IPV, I'm sure I added to that. And LAZR, I actually did not add to that yet, but I'm going to be adding to that triple. I'm back up to over 60 stocks. I was so proud of myself that I trimmed from 60 to 50, but now I'm well diversified again. I was 40% cash, now I'm down to about 30, and seems like I can't stop buying. This is a hot market, and probably, I'm sure, making more per day on average with 30% cash or 40% cash than I did when I was fully invested. So it is hot. And nobody is hotter than Pete. Check stockpiks.com, STOKPIKS. Pete is on fire. Right now, I have to update that the weekly because we had a change from Thursday to Friday and I didn't update it. So it's not exactly accurate for our swing trade purposes, but Pete is hot, on fire. Dr. J ended at 3% profit for the week. Pete ended at 12% profit for the week. Pete has been making me look bad. I don't mind. As long as we all make money, whether it's 3%, 1%, 5%, 8%. Pete is at, what are you at, 30% for the year, I think, Pete. You Pete here today? Let's see who's here. Pete is here. Pete, I'm bragging about you, Pete. I hope you're raking in the real do-re-mi, the real green. Well, Pete doesn't offer his selections unless he has some skin in the game, right, Pete? So everything that you've listed in your swing trades you actually own. And I do the same. I actually buy all 5 of my picks every week. I won't say how much I'm spending, but it's not a little bit of money. So I'm actually putting my money behind my picks. Big Tex is another one that's proving its mettle. Yeah, so many biopharmaceuticals in Austin, Texas. It's incredible. Sava is another one. Cassava. Yeah, they're small. They have one drug, but if it could be a big breakthrough drug, it's showing a lot of promise, big techs. I don't care if there's one mad scientist developing it, that's enough. What does Chigley have to say? Clarence is on fire. Oh man, yeah. Pete, go Pete. Linda, nobody's showing up Linda. Linda's in a solid second place, I believe, on the yearly, for her yearly picks. Linda, I need 5 picks for next week. You didn't give me any this week. Magnificent Dancer, another strong trader, strong handicapper of stocks. So we've got them all. We've got them all. I'm telling you, this is the board this is the show. This is the chat board to be in. We have Tim. I did not sell any off before the opening. I didn't sell any. Now I don't even know what's going on. I didn't look. Let me take a quick look. I know we're waiting FDA approval. I don't know if it came. Let's see. Off. Am I going to be? I don't know if it came. News. I don't see that. I don't think it did. It come yet? I don't think so. Probably get it after the close. JMIA to the moon, says Jiggly, to the moon. We are to discuss APH. We're waiting on Jake for that. Oh yeah, the 4 employees schedule. Yeah. I'm going down the wire a little bit. Oh, I don't know about that. You don't know Buffalo Bills, do you? It's all about the cash payoff. I'd rather have the money than the glory. Oh, you need the link? Not only will I give you the link, I'll give everybody the link. I may not have given anyone the link. I was very forgetful today. Whoever wants to come on the show now can come on the show. Is that the link? That's not the. I don't know where that came from. It's part of the link. It's StreamYard.com and then that. That's the link. I'll also invite you. In an email. I'll invite everybody. I was very bad. I forgot to invite anyone. Let's see if Alex is around. I don't see Alex. I don't know if I have his email handy. We don't want that email. This email. Yeah, I sent it to AOL email. And let's do Jake. Jake's email. I don't know. I should have Alex's somewhere. Wrong Alex. Alex. I don't know why I don't have them. I must be in the wrong email folder. All right, anyway. Invited a few people. Thanks for joining me, Professor Spike. I hate doing the show alone. It makes me lonely. Of course, alone because
I should dress for the occasion.
I have Man to keep me company at the show, and I have Tim to keep me company.
Oh yeah, you have all that company on text, which
Yeah.
which actually rates his company during COVID. If you have something to read that's not your own reading, it's
Yeah.
not your own writing.
There's so much to talk about today. There's AUPH is the story of the day, awaiting approval for their lupus drug, and it was $17 in pre-market.
Yeah, it went up. It was up before, right? It's not up now.
Well, it'll be up to $19-20 with approval, maybe in the aftermarket.
Oh, so I might finally be in the black with this one.
Yeah, I mean that's possible.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, and the question is, do you sell a little?
So where's our friend Jake today?
He's going to come. He's probably in some volcano or something.
Yeah, I know. It's not good internet from the inside of from undersea. He's going to have to find one of those underwater routers.
Why is everybody talking about their pajamas and so on?
That's how Jiggly passes his day. So this internet is his company.
I think it's a hint that the show is on too early, maybe.
That may be. It's a hint that he wants us to do 2 hours, because that's two fewer hours to have to fill that void that is called existential angst.
Let's say a big hello to Kat from Texas.
Big Kat.
Texas. And Norman from Florida, and Mustafa made it from Canada. He's just north of us, right? He's in Eastern Canada, probably, I forget, Toronto, I think.
Yeah, straight up from us, if I remember correctly.
Straight up. Linda.
Yeah, AUPH is actually down on the day.
No big celebrations for Christmas because of Japan approval. Oh, it's all baked in the cake.
Yeah, that was baked in, I'm sure.
Yeah, baked in the cake.
We were talking about 3 or 4 things, and that was one more of them.
Yeah.
So the question is, how many are left?
I already charted Mankind, Sava, Denali, LAZR, IPV, VLDR, and Novus Pharmaceuticals, ANVS. We should talk about all of them plus. So let's.
Yeah, I have a couple of requests, but I'll save them as necessary.
What are they? So I know.
I was looking at HYLN. What happened was I was actually going over past shows and listing a lot of stocks that people mentioned that we didn't follow up on.
Right.
And of those, I was looking for the ones that I thought looked nice.
Okay.
So HYLN was one.
I think that was Linda. Was that one of your picks? I think that might have been.
Yeah, that was. I didn't have a name next to it. Next time I'll stop putting names next to them, so we can keep track of who gives us all the gold.
Yeah. The market started off dreadful today, and last I looked, it was looking better.
Usually when the market goes down, a lot of our holdings go up, but this time it wasn't really the case.
I added at 9.10, Linda. I added more than what I had sold on the original news of approval.
Yeah, right.
So now I have a king size position in BCRX. And basically, I listened to my own bullshit from last week when I said if it crosses 9, it's a buy. So you got to put your money where your mouth is, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry I sold any of it. I did trim a little bit when the first news came out, and I'm certainly regretting that.
Yeah, Snaid, don't worry. Dr. J is in it to win it. Yep. I ain't going nowhere at this point.
Remember, this is Jake's baby.
I am now. It's not Jake's baby. I am now an Erod disciple. and Godfather Frazier.
Speaking of another one of Jake's,
Now, let me tell you something. Godfather Frazier and Erod are both avid longs of BCRX. The main difference is Godfather Frazier has Lucy Liu on his.
right. So we're more likely to put his comments up.
Yes. To the moon.
Yes.
Well, we got a lot of moon shots, don't we?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, we got a lot of moon shots.
I was looking at my stocks. You know, I mean, you didn't make me rich, but you did put me in the black this year.
Very, very modestly, we had them all. We mentioned every freaking big.
You mentioned a couple of the good ones, yes.
Most of them.
Right, and we all, I'm still mad that we bailed on Lake so early. I actually went to where we said it was going to.
But you made it on something else. What's the difference?
Yeah, you're right.
You can't
probably on BCRX actually is going to be, because CVM has been too much of a locks for us.
204 big tech sites 204
for what?
CCIV 204.
Oh, this one. They were just talking about stuff like this on CNBC about the SPACs that didn't announce their deal yet.
Yes.
How a lot of them are just being pumped up from speculation.
This
and
is
it seemed like one of them.
Pure speculation. The company won't comment, that kind of thing.
Did they even say what industry they're in? What they're interested in?
I don't know.
They got to give us some hints.
The
name Churchill doesn't say anything.
I'm going to make a very bad pun. They were very elusive about it. Very elusive. Pete, you're a man after my own heart. We're long overdue to celebrate.
Yes.
On the Athesis.
Did you buy in? You bought in at these lows again?
No, I didn't. I have so much. I can't get myself to buy more.
It's hard. I know. It's hard to pull that trigger.
I cannot buy more.
Well, actually, I've been going back and forth on that one a little bit.
Kigley is like, has the same idea as Jake with respect to CVM, but there's plenty on this board that are long CVM. I'm kind of neutral. I still have some money on it, but a fraction of what I did once have. I took profits and I lost some back in options. So it wasn't all that big a success for me. NWBO, I took most of my profits. I
just jumped back in that as a gamble because it looked like it was about.
It's not a bad gamble.
The other one that Jake gave us that we didn't really follow up on was Altimmune.
ALT, I bought it and I'm out of it.
You're still holding it, right?
I made a nice few bucks, real quick swing trade.
Did you bail yet, or are you still in?
I bailed.
I'm still in. I'm just wondering if it's worth staying in.
I made my money on that one.
So I thought maybe that might be another one we might want to look at, especially if Jake's coming on.
Yeah, sure. I'll look at it for you. But we got to get to the charts, otherwise we're not looking at anything.
Okay, we'll get rid of Pete's comment before you start showing us stuff.
What was his comment? I'll get rid of it.
And then I guess I really can't keep an eye out for. I could keep an eye out for Jake in terms of if he gives us a comment.
Jake is threatening to come half past. What's that expression? Half past the cow's ass?
Right. And 2 past.
That's an expression from the 20s, I think.
Yeah, well, we used to say it too back in the 70s and late 60s. That's what time is it? I never knew what that meant. Half past the cow's butt. And JMAI just made another move. I wonder if Jiggly's still in that one. Is that me or is that? you. Am I the one who's gone? Or is that Dr. J? I need people in the audience to let me know. I guess it's me. It's all me now. All right. So, Spike, what are your thoughts on selling Tandem into strength? I'm moving into DraftKings. Well, I don't know. DraftKings just went down today, so it might be a good entry point. I'm actually very tempted about DraftKings, especially because Dr. J is such a strong advocate.
I keep adding to DraftKings. It's almost as good as Amazon.
Yeah, and I'm not selling Tandem yet. I think Tandem has another move into the hundreds.
I'm sure it does.
So, yeah, because Julie was asking whether or not to switch from Tandem into DraftKings.
Tandem is a good short squeeze. It's loaded with shorts for whatever reason. So that's both good and bad.
All right. Well, I mean, according to what we've been seeing, it seemed to be the best product in the space. And so hopefully that'll play out.
Yeah. All right. I lost internet here. That's why I
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah. So
you got me so jumpy. I thought it was me. Because every time we talk, it's like, oh, your voice is bad, or I can't hear you. Or
you can't trust the Hamptons.
Like, well, you can trust the Hamptons to have a nice time, and maybe a decent meal.
Some time pre-COVID. They're nice restaurants.
Yeah. Well, are they still open?
Yeah, they're open.
I haven't been there in a million years.
They're open. Okay, so let's look first at Innovis. I like Innovis. I like it a lot.
Is that the one that you introduced us to last week?
No, we never mentioned Innovis.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another one for me to write down. More work for Spike.
I added to my position today, so that's why I like it. No, I always liked it, but I didn't get around to it because there's so much to talk about. Innovis. Well, the question that a viewer asked, is it a buy, sell, or hold? Now, if you looked at yesterday's candle, it was ugly, right? It made a new high and gave it all back. But today's candle is showing a very nice rebound with a close above. I want to see a close above. Let's see, a close above Tuesday's open would be nice. Tuesday's open 1049. What do you know? Where are we now? 1049.
Right.
So I'm happy with a close. Let's say anywhere above this level. I think it's a buy. A buy right here. A buy on dips. A buy on a buy and a hold. Now, I mean, what I mean by that, it's not a swing trade. Just put it away.
Right. Well, like I said, I was looking over all of our old stocks, and if I had a nickel for every time I saw a pattern that looked like this on the stocks that had been mentioned, I'd have a lot of nickels.
Well, first of all, look at the market cap.
So the question is, what makes this one so special?
Look at the market cap on this Butte. The potential is enormous, and look at the market cap. Market cap is 72 million. Is that a lot? No,
it's not a lot at all.
Kidding around. So that's one of the reasons I like it. The other reason I like it is they may have a drug even better than cassava
for Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
really,
correct. They're in phase 2A trials. Listen to this: not only for Alzheimer's, but also for Parkinson's at the same time.
Ah,
the same drug.
Really?
Yeah, you know why? Because what clogs up Alzheimer's patients? Do you know the name of the protein?
No.
It's called beta amyloid protein.
Oh, okay, fine. I've heard that.
So that you forgot, yeah.
No, it was written down somewhere.
Right. So there's been a lot of attempts, all failures, at stopping the beta amyloid from penetrating the brain and clogging it up and so on. All failures. for what clogs up the brain for Parkinson's patients? I would ask you another question.
Well, that one, I'm sure you know the answer to that one.
Yes, it's another toxic protein called alpha-synuclein protein. They both clog up and eventually kill the nerve cells in the brain. Of course, Parkinson's patients, it's primarily the dopamine-producing cells, but also cells in the frontal cortex and other parts of the brain. And it turns out that there's another protein that's toxic as well. So this drug that Enovis has covers all of them. It will stop all of these toxic proteins. And that's the secret. They think that's the secret to their success. They're going to succeed where everyone else failed because they're attacking multiple toxic proteins. And they've had very promising studies with animals. I don't know if it's monkeys. I don't remember. So there's a lot of promise to this, and they're in phase 2A, so phase 1 must have looked good, at least from a safety point of view. And the data readout is first quarter.
Yeah.
So the fundamental.
Mentioning another stock in that space called iSun, which used to be PEC, and I did write down PEC somewhere.
ISON.
ISUN.
ISUN. Yeah, I'm not familiar with every stock in this space, but I think, as I said before, last week, this will be the year of the Alzheimer's drugs.
Right.
And they'll be gobbled up as well.
So are you still in Biogen then?
I'm still in Biogen. I'm heavy in Sava. I keep adding. I started a position and added to it in Enovis. So I like them. And there's one more that I want to look at, which is called Denali. It's not Alzheimer's, it's Parkinson's, but I talked about it when it was $18 a share about a year ago or 2 years ago. I don't remember. I haven't mentioned it in a long time, primarily because I sunk money into the wrong. I was making it between Denali and Voyager, and I wound up sinking money into the wrong company. This was the right company, Denali.
Oh, iSun is in solar. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I looked at PEC, and PEC made a big move. I'm sorry, Pete, that I said it was in the same space. It's not.
It doesn't matter. It's in Pete's space.
It's in the Pete space, right?
Pete's space is the best space.
PEC is solar.
It doesn't matter. Solar, green,
EV. You know, you're right. I mean, the thing is, right now, we decided that we're going to move into a couple of other industries besides just pharmaceuticals. The only thing is, because you're such a momentum guy, you know, certain areas don't lend themselves to big momentum. Certainly, solar and batteries and cars do. You know, the new cars. But we couldn't apply these. We couldn't apply these concepts to Procter and Gamble.
Denali excites me because their Parkinson's drug is looking good. And the chart is screaming by.
This one?
Yeah. It's a screaming by. It's got tremendous key level right here. I love this candle as support. If I can draw it. I don't know why I'm having trouble drawing.
Well, that's funny. You already have one of your lines there.
Yeah, okay. So this is
the 9 days well above the other two. Like I said, I've been seeing this pattern a lot last night.
Yeah. Yeah, the 9 days.
And that's just a question of picking your favorites.
The 9 day
and maybe waiting for the big crash that you're worried about.
The 9 day is above. Is above the 50. Is above the 100. Is above the 200. Very bullish all around. And this pullback is an ideal entry point. This is going to 100 very easily. So this is a stock to be in. And if you want protection would be probably in this interval.
If it gets that low.
Yeah, if it could. I mean, in a downward market, it could. I'm looking for support at like $60, and if the market really collapses, this will be 60. But in a functioning good market, it should go to 100. So I think it's got to be owned in a modest amount in your portfolio, in my opinion. Of course, my opinion is strictly my own, as is Dr. Professor Spike, as is Pete.
Dr. Professor.
Pete, your opinion is also strictly your own. All of our opinions are strictly.
I keep saying my opinion is yours.
No.
Well, your opinion is mine.
No. They're strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice, right? Somebody's pinging me. Maybe they want to get into the show. Yeah, it's Jake.
Yeah, I'm not getting any messages, but that does sound like maybe it's
Jake needs a link. I thought I sent it to his email. Check email is what I told him. Otherwise, I'll have to send it in as a text message, which I guess I could do. Let me see.
Man's talking about GameStop. Is that GME? Somebody was saying that that's what the kids want to keep investing in.
We need Jake because we got to find out his take on AUPH.
AUPH and the other one, Altimmune.
Every single stock that I'm going to talk about this morning, I have a long position in. So let's be clear about that. So I am biased long. My natural bias is long these stocks.
If the crash happens, it's not happening this week. That's my opinion.
I agree. Nothing in his email. All right, hang in there.
Not a problem.
Hold on.
What other people are talking about. We also want Jake's take on BCRX. That's
I
true.
got to get Jake in here. I gotta get my man Jake.
We got to get our man Jake in.
Our man Jake. We need Jake. Invited guest. Copy. Now I'll text him. All right, Jake. My man Jake. All right, I just got him in.
All right.
I got to go back to StreamYard and let him in.
Yeah, iSun is just going gangbusters.
Yeah, well, we'll look at it because if it's a Pete stock, it has to be looked at.
Right. Well, I was looking at it when it was PEC. It went from $6 to $17.50.
Yeah.
And now it's $27.
Yeah, Jake just arrived.
To $17.50. All right, Jake.
Yeah.
All right, here I am.
Now it's $27.
I thought I sent you a link in the email. I'm sure I did.
No, well, I'm here now.
All right, doesn't matter. So you're still in Austin. You're not traveling. You're not in a volcano.
No, glad to be back. All right, glad to be back
Underwater.
in Austin with good connection. Yeah.
You're not in the country.
Next week, I'll be in Colombia next week. Just so you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Go back to Medellin.
Yeah. You know, before when I first started doing the show, I was in Colombia. Now I go full circle, right? Back to the place that this all started.
Yes. So before we forget, while we have you, and before you disappear on us, we'd like your opinion on AUPH. What's going to happen today?
What's going to happen?
Yeah, are we getting the approval? And
we're definitely getting the approval because if we're not, we would have like found out about it already. And look, I mean, it's always the same. They never approve early. They always do the day off, probably at the end of the day. So yeah. And by the way, the same thing happened when phase 3 data came out for Arunia The day before or 2 days before, it like had like a tiny drop. It went back up. So yeah, it's you will get approval later today, and
It was $17 pre-market. Were you tempted to sell?
well, no, it'll probably be 18 or 19, I think.
Now, I heard, I don't know the nature of it, but I heard there was a label concern.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. Nah.
Do you know anything about that? I'm not really, I don't really know what the issue is, but I heard that there was some kind of label concern. I don't think black box. It was something to do with a favorable labeling concern.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about it. And the only reason is because it shouldn't be any concern, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's very safe. It's very, effective. You'll get the approval.
And so the upside after approval doesn't take us past 20, you don't think?
Maybe, right? I mean, look, BioCris, right? I mean, surprised me. I didn't think it was going to go past the 9 on approval. Well, I was hoping for 10, but yeah, BioCris went from what, 5 to 9 now. So if Arunia pulls the same move, I guess it can go to 25. Right, that'll be fantastic.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
without a takeout.
What's that?
Without a takeout.
Yeah, without takeout. I mean, this is a big deal because it's the first lupus nephritis approved drug on the market.
No, I think it's a big pharma that just was approved.
Yeah. Oh, it's the first one in Canada. Yeah. Yeah. What's the other one?
I forget. It was one of the big names, Merck or one of them.
Yeah, it's a big. Wait, are they approved or are they going through approval?
We'll probably get word of approval after the close, I would think.
Right. Yeah. After the close.
Yeah.
And you probably get a little bit of a bump after like 2 p.m.
So the question is, do you sell any after the close? Let's say it bumps to 18.
I say you hold until I don't know, midweek or end of the week next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jake's official opinion, just an opinion, is hold on to them there shares for a while.
Yeah. Now the difference between this and BCRX, that BCRX do have distribution in place. They've been building out their sales team for the past year. They have every intention of taking the drug to market, or at least that's what they said. Arunia is a little bit more wishy-washy on whether or not they're going to go to market or a buyout, right? My hunch is a buyout. But with that being said, you might not see the same increase or slow increase like BioCris, because investors in BioCris are pumping in, hoping that the first earnings call will have a taste of what sales would be like for the rest of the year, and you probably won't get that with Arunia. So yeah, they're two different animals.
Yeah, I'm committed. I took the plunge when it cost $9. But remember, I think it was with you or with Professor Spike that I said $9 is the Momo play. If it crosses 9, you got to buy it. So I went back in more than I had sold.
So what are you hoping for a top end on that if you're getting in at 9?
I'm well positioned to run on BCRX.
Okay. Well, for Arunia, is it worth waiting for the buyout or just buying on all this news? Selling on all this news.
Do you see the screen, Jake? Tim has a question.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Okay. Yep. It's something with the patent. Yep. Dosing.
The difference of 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's actually, the patent deal is huge. Yeah. So this is somewhat of a binary event, actually, right? So
But more than binary. Binary is just approval. There's approval and a patent and a dosing issue.
no. We're getting approval. Like, there's no question about that.
Right.
Right. Absolutely no question about that. We're definitely getting approval.
But if they put the dosing in the label, then we get 10-year extension on the patent.
Right. If is okay, and let's think about this for a second, right? So if approval, no label, then you probably see a very minimal bump. Okay, so you should still be happy. If approval with the extension, then you'll probably see a really nice bump. So yeah, okay, this is
And
nice.
none of this plays into the takeout possibility.
Right.
I mean, so in terms of like what that number would be, and like I said, my question was, do I wait for the takeout news or do I just bail once this news comes out?
Yeah, I think takeout's at 45 or 35, between 35, 45, maybe 50, maybe.
Wow. So
Yeah.
it would be worth waiting for.
If this goes to 25, I'm selling.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, if it goes,
You're bailing well.
if it goes to
All right.
25 without a takeout.
Yeah, I think go 25 without a takeout.
Okay. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
Well, let's talk about
before, but I mean, we diluted since then.
Do you have a target on BCRX?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't have a target, but you're
No.
holding as of now.
Yeah, I mean, holding a small chunk.
Yeah. You plan on adding?
Yeah, closer to ER.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, the downside is kind of de-risked now, right? I mean, you have
these days it's the day before ER.
right. Yeah, BCRX is a tough one. Tough one to add, just because it's been going up so much.
It's that whole bears
It's
make money,
definitely-
bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered.
it's definitely a
Good
normal.
number to stay with it.
There's nothing to stop it from going from 9 to 18 at this point.
A lot of the Twitters, when you posited a number, they were like mad at you for positing such a low number.
Right.
Considering how hot the biotechs have been, BCRX could easily have a run into the double digits. Certainly.
I mean, so Dr. J, you just stepped in at 9, so that sounds to me like you're gonna at least wait for 18, right?
I'm at least looking at Yo 11.
Yo 11. There you go. Okay,
At the very least.
that's still a nice move. 22%.
Look, I mean, at Yo 11, I might trim a little. But it's not just a swing trade with me. I'm basically committed. So if I take a little off the table, that's understandable.
Well, right. Jake was just worried about it becoming your more traditional company, and that by then you just have a long-term holding.
I also have June calls on BCRX.
Yeah, you and our friend Arjun.
So that was Arjun's suggestion. As well. Erod also suggested that to me. Well, I said earlier in the show, Jake, that we are now disciples of Erod and Godfather Frazier.
All right.
Hey, Jake, do you have an opinion on Ultimune? I'm sorry, I wanted to, if we were going to grab his, because that was one of the ones that you gave us a while ago.
All right, ALT, what's your opinion on that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out on that one. It was going up too much in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I still think it can have a run, right? Their platform for the vaccine is really good. It's just really behind. People might have a different opinion on me, but I do think the distribution for the other vaccines will be. I'm optimistic on it. Let's put it that way. And I think by April we should be in a really good state in terms of the coronavirus. Yeah, I actually did some numbers, so I always chart the case number. And
Well, that's a very interesting question. VBIV is also has a,
Yeah.
a
We all think BVIVs might be a little too late.
vaccine for coronavirus in the pipeline, and
Right.
so does ALT. Which one do you like better?
probably VBIV, just because they have many other things in the pipe, and
All that hep stuff.
yeah. ALT, basically, if it weren't for COVID, we wouldn't even hear about them.
Yeah.
Right. VBIV is somewhat a real company,
Yeah.
I think that was something.
More highly
Certainly,
capped,
Arjun's still in it.
but a much higher market cap too,
VBIV?
right? I think so.
Oh yeah, much higher, I think.
It's been around longer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Ultimately, it's just I think personally it's a pump kind of deal. I actually don't think they're going to do anything, to be honest with you.
So you did what I did. I took the money and run.
Right.
By the way, thank you for that opinion.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm still in Lucid.
You're
still on?
Yeah, I'm still in Lucid.
Lucid is not. It's not official. Lucid.
Yeah, it's not official, but I believe the rumor.
You believe the rumor? I'm told that the company was asked and they denied all knowledge.
No, we can't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, their official response is we cannot say if we are or if we are not.
Right. Right. Well, being that the cat was out of the bag, well, why not? Why not confirm it?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, why not confirm it?
What are you doing?
I know that you know that I know.
Right.
The old double negative.
Right. Hey, did you hear? Did I hear you guys are bearish on the market? Or what?
Pete, MA says that this show is capable of moving the market. I don't believe that for a second. Do you, Jake?
This show?
I mean, if you have a CEO on of a very low float, small market cap company, then yeah, sure, it could. But
not when Jay expounds his opinion. You're not moving the market.
Yeah, and by the way, like, why are you still spotlighting just my face?
Because you're a pretty boy.
I didn't cut my hair.
Right. Yeah. You should. Right. It's freaking me out.
I'll tell you why. Because you were doing all the talking.
Yeah. Yeah. We should go back to the. There we go. All right.
Now, if I do this,
Now everybody's gonna hang up.
if I do this, wait a second. If I do this, everyone's going to turn off the channel. So that's why I did that. I go with the pretty boy
Not me.
and the handsome
My face
professor
is too fat.
and the handsome.
Just so everybody knows, the camera adds 75 pounds.
So what have you got to say for yourself, Professor Spike? You have any
What do I have to say for myself? Well, I'm glad I got at least one answer about something that I'm not holding the bag on, because I just bailed a whole bunch of my alt just to at least lock in a couple of dollars. So I'm very happy about that. I don't know. Like I had a couple of things I was looking at that everyone else was looking at. You think it's worth looking at Alex's DMAC? Or do you want to wait for him?
It's worth looking at Alex's VLDR, his LiDAR stuff.
Which one was that?
VLDR. Remember, he gave a presentation.
Oh yeah, I didn't even write that one down. BLDR.
VLDR. It's LiDAR for the automotive industry, EV.
Oh, the self-driving car.
Yeah, not EV per se, but self-driving.
Self-driving technology. You know, I was
Yes.
trying to separate those two ideas,
I'm
right?
gonna go take a look at that. Okay.
Sure. If anything that gets my
Should I
anything
still
that gets
buy
my
DMAG
Facebook-
or not?
You remember, I was just trying to disassociate the two things. I know they're related, but I'm playing the energy aspect of it, not the self-driving.
Yeah. Well,
So many people are going to die on the way for that technology to get better.
we all like SBE because of the EV infrastructure play, charging stations.
But
But
why did that one take such a hit lately?
By the
Yeah,
same token, most of these EV cars are going to soon become autonomous, especially the Tesla ones already are.
Hmm.
Waymo cars already are. So let's take a look at a supplier, if you will, of sensors, which are tiny chips that keep you safe in these autonomous vehicles.
Well, you
We
got
had-
a nice pen and panic going in here.
We had a very nice pullback from $30 down to what looks like support at this level here. So let me draw one horizontal line. I'm not going to spend too much time on this other than to say that I own it and I bought more today. Well, if I didn't buy more today,
It's actually a very bullish chart, isn't it?
very bullish. And it's screaming buy right now.
Yeah, actually is.
So there's no reason not to own this and the triumvirate. The second one being this one. This one is a SPAC. I know
IPV.
Jake loves SPACs.
Yeah, I love
That's
SPAC.
giving me a lot more new work to do.
Love SPAC.
Well, this SPAC is going to merge with AEVA. I don't know how you say it. AEVA. Maybe it's Ava, Eva. You figure it out. I don't know. But their market cap is under $1 billion compared to I don't know what the other one was. I forgot, but a lot more. Of course, this is the new kid on the block. What I like about it is even though it's similar technology to VLDR, the CEO and I believe the CFO, if I'm not mistaken, both of them are from a company with the symbol AAPL.
I'm familiar with that.
Considering that the company with the symbol AAPL announced that it's getting into the EV car or the self-driving business, I think this is a company they could do business with.
Hmm.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but the chart is also compelling to me. Off the highs, still on trend. I think all three of these companies, the third one being Luminar, which has got the biggest market cap. I'll take a look at that next. I think all three of them should be owned and bought because you don't know which one's going to emerge the big winner. And they're the only three. They're the only three players in the space right now. LiDAR technology. The market cap on this, I didn't notice it. I know it's the biggest. Let's see what it is. Market cap is that 10 billion? Wow,
Wow.
this is a big company.
Hmm.
It
I mean,
doesn't.
I know the claim was that in trucking, because the trucks are so big, you could put so many of these sensors on it that it could see everything so much better than a human could. But the deal is that as long as electric cars and humans are going to be sharing the same roads, there's too much randomness.
Eventually, it's going to be all self-driving, but that's
Right. That you would need these self-driving lanes so that the humans don't, sort of interfere with all the algorithms.
Hmm.
I don't know that that's totally true, but I think they can.
Yes, you got a nice pennant going, and there's going to be a breakout up very soon.
Well, you have a very nice chart. Period. You have this upward trend line. You have, of course, you do have a lower high and a series of lower highs.
Right.
As soon as one of these are taken out, just you can bet that it's going to make new highs. And I am buying this one right after the show.
Yeah, I just bought some just now. Not very many,
Yeah.
just to get a taste.
Yep. So as soon as this level is taken out, I think it's going to start to make new highs above $50 a share. So my target on this one, short-term target, like let's say June, is over 50. Targeting
Well,
over
what's that big high anyway? 45?
It looks like that, right? Let's take a look. A high of the day. It flashes right off. I don't know why. You see, as soon as I go to that candle, it flashes. My hand is not steady enough to hold it there. It looks like about 45, a little more.
Okay, yeah. I mean, even jump to that is something. 'Cause it's 22 now.
It's above 45. It's about 47 and a half.
That'll be a two-bagger.
Yeah. I could see this at 60s. Why not? I think it's, as you get here, you're going to begin to hear little rumors in the market about self-driving cars. Every little rumor is going to cause a little pop. We're going to have it's going to happen. It's inevitable. Within 3 years, every new car practically that's made will be EV, and within 5 to 7 years, many of them will be self-driving. It's a short time frame.
I agree.
Much shorter than most people think. If you ask most people, like your age, Professor Spike, they'll say, "Oh, that's not going to happen for another 20 years." But if you ask people Jake's age, they're going to have a shorter time frame on that.
Yeah,
Right.
3 to 5.
Well, only because if we didn't learn in the 70s, and we didn't learn in the 80s, and we didn't learn in the 90s, what makes us think we're going to learn in the 2020s?
Well, I'm telling you, the time frame is going to surprise people, especially people your age.
Yeah.
Or my age.
I'd be happy to be surprised, assuming I don't get run over by one of them by accident.
The likelihood of that is far less than being run over by Jake.
When he's in Colombia or when he's in Long Island?
Well, when he's in Colombia, he's a hell of a lot more careful because they'll throw him in jail.
Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right. I mean, when I go to a new city, like the insurance premium for everyone goes up.
Right.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
I'm in love with VLDR, IPV, LAZR.
We have a request. I know it's getting a little bit late. We have a request to speak for VIV.
I'm also in love with DNLI, SAVA, and what was the one we started the show with? Anovis, AN, whatever the symbol is. ANV.
We have a request for VBIV.
Before you do that, I just want to go to Mankind real quick. Another one.
Okay, yeah, we had a request for that too.
This one is MA's pick of the year, and it looks like it's ready to pop. MA, is it ready to pop?
That looks like it. Yeah, it looks like
To me, it looks like it's ready to pop. Now, if you want, you play it with a break of this high. So let me draw that. It's really safer to buy it, make a little less, and wait for the break.
Are you still on the Mac, or did you switch to a new machine?
What's that? I'm on the.
Are you still on the Mac, or are you on a new machine?
I'm on the Mac.
You're getting better at the Mac.
Well, my hand is shaking less.
Yeah, and you have a lot better video quality on the Mac too.
Yeah. So we're looking at a break of 362 here. I want to see a break of 362 before I commit. And I'm looking for a big move to the $5 level. Forget the 4. I think the old high was 4. Let me see what the old high was. I've been cashing in quite well on this one. I haven't missed a pop yet. So I'm doing something right.
I've been sitting on this thing for months.
I've been timing it really, really good. I've been in and out really quick, like within a week.
Wow, good.
I hit it a few times. I think I'm ready. Or at least I'm going to be watching it with two hands on the buy, because I think it takes out. I think it takes out this high of 420. Well, no, it wasn't. Was it 420? The high was 421. Close enough. I actually sold it just about at the high.
Good on you.
Call on it. Now what did you ask me? I'm sorry.
VBIV.
VBIV.
That was the other request.
VBIV.
I know Arjun's not here to talk it up, but I think there was a little dip that gave a buying opportunity.
Arjun, instead of being in a volcano, is climbing a volcano.
No.
Right, that's true. Well, he did send us a message on StockTwits. Nice beer in his hand, looking at some sort of safari thing.
I think it may not be an active one, but I think it's a volcano, right?
Yeah, look at this. I don't know what's going on here.
Let me take a look. I have to look at it first.
Right.
It's a yucky looking candle yesterday, and it engulfed the 2 days worth, 3 days worth. I actually don't like the picture too much. It came down further today, and it's kind of trying to stabilize here.
Well, hopefully it'll bounce a few support lines.
There's a lot of convergence between around where it's trading now, between the moving averages, the 100, the 9. The 9 is slightly above where it's trading at now currently.
Right.
And then you got the other 3 converging. This is a picture that makes me worry. If it breaks below this trend line, I might take a little off, at least temporarily.
I hear that.
We want to see the 200 hold. That's where it came down to today. It did test it successfully. The low of the day was 293. That's just where the 200 is. I think that's pretty close to where the 200 is. 200 is right here.
This is happening because I suggested it to some of my friends.
The 200 is at 292. So it came down to the 200.
You're right on. So if we bounce off that, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, we may have bottomed, but you just got to be a little vigilant.
5x10.
Of course, there's really nice support below that, but you don't really want to get down there. But
No, you don't want to touch that support line. You'd rather touch the 200.
yeah, I mean, if it goes below here, then sell everything. Then it looks like it's going to zero.
Well, we still have our. We were saying before, even if this ends up not being a COVID play, we still have this for hepatitis.
Yeah, the fundamentals are very good. The chart is right now iffy, but not every chart is what you want it to be all the time. Sometimes we live with charts that are iffy. Now this one goes to 207. It'll probably.
That would be extremely bad news.
Be something pretty bad.
Yeah.
Now.
No. I mean, I would start crying if it went below that black line.
Oh, I would just give up. I might give up if it goes below this level of 244. And then you have another key level here. You got a series of higher lows.
Right. That's why a bounce up would portend pretty well.
You really don't want to go below 266. Period. That's really the line in the sand. 266. The chart on VBIV is iffy. I'm not looking to commit more money to this one,
Right.
but not just yet. Let's see how it plays out. I mean, there's so many more that I drool over. I'm not
Yeah.
drooling.
Like I said, I was looking at a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. I mentioned I mentioned Highline too, but we don't have to do that today. We can do that Wednesday.
Whatever you say, Professor Spike. If you do it, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's already 5 after the hour.
It's 5 after. Okay, and 5 after is. We don't want overtime pay.
Right. We have to consider it to the people who are watching us on tape.
So coming to you live from Austin, Texas is Jake. Coming to you live from Long Island, New York is Professor Spike and Dr. J. Thanking you all for coming. Asking you all for your support. Support the show by subscribing. Tell your friends about us. We're the best. Are we the best? Who's the
I think
best?
so. Who's better than us?
Pete, Cat, Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, all right. If you can stop listing people.
We host the best. We host the best.
It's true.
Adios, amigos. Thanks,
See
Mike.
you.
Tim Kirk. Thank you, Tim Kirk. Tim Kirk is thanking us. We thank Tim Kirk. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Let's make some money.
Mhm.
Let's make some good money. Until